Hannah Zimmerman. Hannah, Hannah hails from Yarmouth, Maine, and joined the MSSM community in August of her freshman year. She's been an active community member in all 4 years here and has contributed to our school life in so many numerous ways and capacities. As a member of the Student Senate, Hannah has shared her passion for MSSM and worked tirelessly to serve her classmates. She was instrumental in adding valuable student input as a member of the new program team this year, which looks at all aspects of our operations: academics, athletics, residential life, community, a very important role. She's always kept the student perspective to the forefront and represented her colleagues and her peers appropriately. She's graced the entire school community with her beautiful singing voice during variety shows and other events. Hannah is also a talented flutist. She was recognised and awarded a scholarship from the National Merit Scholarship Corporation. And as an athlete on the volleyball court, she often took a leadership role and helped the girls secure victory in this year's tournament. This fall, Hannah will be heading west to begin her studies at Northwestern University. Please join me in welcoming Hannah Zimmerman.
That's not that. There it is. There's a lot of papers in here. In no uncertain terms, the Maine School of Science and Mathematics saved me. After years of struggling to find meaning in school, a place which it seemed I was destined to resent, I wasn't sure what kind of future was lying in wait for me, or if I wanted to find out. I was unchallenged, unhappy, unfulfilled to the core of my being, and I couldn't imagine ever feeling any different. Every day, for my 4 years of middle school, I passed by a poster advertising the Maine School of Science and Mathematics, a haven for talented students whose intellectual potential hadn't yet been fully explored. I'll be honest, I didn't give that poster more than a passing glance for most of those 4 years. Even if I did have the intelligence necessary to be accepted at such a school, I saw the frustration that my utter lack of motivation caused my current teachers and doubted such an attitude would be well received at a school like this. I was right. At some point, I realized there was no way I could go on if things didn't change, and that change had to come from me. I began my application, tentatively, unwilling to get my hopes up. I wrote my essays, leaving them till the last minute, as is tradition here at MSSM, out of the fear that I would be setting myself up for the ultimate disappointment. This, I felt, was my only chance of escape from a place that had made me so sad for so long. I attended an open house day here in the fall of 2014. I was greeted by the strangest bunch of people I'd ever encountered. They all seemed painfully aware of the seemingly unbearable stress that they had signed up for, joking shamelessly about how little they'd slept, but I had never seen such an intense familial bond between a group of wildly different people. They took comfort in their identity as MSSMers. I longed to feel the same way, to be part of such a community. My life has been partitioned into chunks, each of which formed a different, conflicting portion of my identity. I was born in England and lived there for 6 years. I moved to America, spent 4 years in elementary school learning to adjust to life here, and then spent 4 years in middle school learning to hate it. I'm a citizen of both the United Kingdom and the United States. I've had countless people remark on my hodgepodge nationality, simultaneously telling me that I'm not a real American, and arguing that I didn't live in England for long enough to call myself English. For years, I have struggled with this lack of national identity, flipping back and forth between English and American accents and feeling like a fraud for choosing either one. Today, when people ask me where I'm from, I'm far more likely to say MSSM than England or Yarmouth. It feels like the right answer. Being here has made me feel like my work is worth something. I'm improving myself, improving my future. In a community this small, it's impossible not to make a difference in some way. Even if you aren't the president of a club, a student senator, or an admissions ambassador, your very presence here is changing the school. After all, what is MSSM if not the people who comprise it? We don't have the most high-tech equipment, the biggest dorms, or the best weather, but we can pride ourselves on being an institution populated by people who take pride in doing the best job they can to make this school the best it can be. Teachers who are able to treat their students not as subordinates, but as valued peers. Students who work to make the most of their time here and to enact improvements that will benefit future classes. I'm proud to say that I attended the Maine School of Science and Mathematics. Next year, I will be the only student entering the Northwestern University class of 2023 having had the privilege of spending these strange, magical, overwhelming years at a small magnet school in the northern tip of Maine. For years, I refused to believe that I would ever be able to part with MSSM, dreading the day that I would have to leave the place that I love so much. Recently, though, I realized that I'm ready. This school helped me mature, to grow into the identity that I coveted for so long. And in a strange way, I love it even more now that I'm able to let it go. We leave this school in the hands of some of the most perplexing, passionate people I've ever met, which brings me to my final point. I speak to all of you, students, staff, faculty, parents, alumni, and everyone else here who managed to drag themselves to a tiny town way up north just to watch a bunch of confused kids get handed a piece of paper. You are this school. Your actions define its future. If you have something to say, this is your chance to say it. If you have something to complain about, do it right. If there's someone here that has helped you, someone you're grateful to, tell them. It will mean more than you know, and time moves fast around here. To those who will be here next year to carry on in our place, remember how valuable your time here is. Remember the efforts of those before you, and do the best you can to leave something just as wonderful for those who come after. To my fellow classmates, I'm continually impressed and astonished at your achievements. You're going to do incredible things. Wherever you are in 20 years, try to remember your roots. I wish you all the best of luck.